We're closing in on the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah.
July 31st, every year.
You know, a buddy of mine, Mike Bilecki, you remember him with the Cubs?
Sure, pitcher, yeah.
Good friend of mine. His birthday is on July 31st. So every day his birthday.
Did he ever get traded on his birthday?
He signed a series of 1 year. He had 14 contracts all 1 year.
What?
It was year to year for him every single year.
Oh, okay.
So he had 14.
He never had a
1 year
multi-year deal?
Never.
But he still squeezed 14 years out of his career.
He did.
And never got traded on his birthday.
No, he didn't.
That's a good thing.
Nope.
Obviously, with the Rockies playing the way they're playing, one of the worst teams in the majors once again, there's talk that they will be sellers at the July 31st deadline. Unload some high-priced veterans. Tulo, Cargo, De La Rosa. Have the Rockies waited too long to deal any of those guys?
No, not Tulowitzki. As I said a month ago, I said this on my radio show, and I said this when I was here about a month ago. The only thing to watch, if you are a Rockies fan, is Troy Tulowitzki. Will he stay healthy, and will he produce? And so far, check, check. He has done both. I don't think his trade value has ever been higher in recent memory.
Wait. He's not hitting with the same power.
No, but he's still hitting for average.
He is.
He's still a Gold Glove second base, or shortstop, I should say. No, he's not hitting for power, and you can say that's a concern.
So you don't think that brings down his value in some teams' eyes?
Not tremendously, because he's still hitting for average. He's still hitting doubles. He's still a great fielder. I think there's probably some.
He's still one of the top 4 or 5 shortstops in the game.
I'd probably even put him higher than that.
But he was seen as the top shortstop in the game, or at worst number 2.
Right.
When they originally started talking about dealing him. Now, I'll tell you who they're not going to get as much for in return now is Cargo.
They're going to get nothing for him.
Well,
they're going to get nothing for him. What are you going to get for him? A couple rosin bags and a guy who plays in Double A and he's a lower level prospect.
There are going to be teams that look at Cargo and say, you know what? Yeah, he's been hurt the last couple of years. He's healthy now. He's still not doing what he should be doing. Maybe he just needs a change of scenery. I mean, he's still hitting 380, 400, 420-foot home runs.
You know who might be the most valuable guy on the Rockies to trade? Is Jorge De La Rosa.
Right.
Because very rarely, every rotation needs a really good left-handed starter.
Look at the Dodgers.
And
they're getting hit with injuries to their starting staff. They need pitching.
All
the money they're paying out, they still need it.
The knock on De La Rosa in recent memory is the guy can't pitch on the road. He can pitch at home. I mean, what he has done at Coors Field has been nothing short of remarkable. But if you look at what he has done on the road this year, I think his ERA is at like 1.63. Hitters are batting well under 200 against him. I think he'd be very valuable with a contract that is more than doable. Every team needs a really good left-handed starter in their lineup, and he would fit the bill.
I did a commentary a couple of weeks ago after he threw a very nice game. I said, now's the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time to before he gets hurt, because he tends to get hurt. He's 34 years old, I believe. Right. Before that ERA starts ballooning, and he starts getting knocked around the park, trade him while he's hot. Trade him, and every team, I don't care who you are, every team except for maybe the Washington Nationals needs pitching right now. Starting pitching.
Do you think that Tulowitzki has actually approached Monfort at this point and has said, trade me?
No.
But you know what? I would agree with you. But you know what? He essentially has. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what he has said in the media recently, he might as well have come out and said, trade me. He doesn't like the fact that John Gray is still in the minors. When you are complaining about what the front office is doing, that's a sign I want out. Now, we all know he wants out, but he's doing it through the media. Then he's battling with Walt Weiss about being a DH in American League ballpark. The tension for him is palpable. And if I'm Dick Monfort, I get rid of him, because if you don't get rid of him, you're going to see this over and over and over again. You're going to have your best player constantly going to the media. I would deal him for what you can get.
You know what? The way you painted that, I would agree. Even though he hasn't come right out, he hasn't marched up to Dick Monfort's office and said, trade me now.
He doesn't have to.
He has said a number of things that indicate his unhappiness.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. That segment's sponsored by John Elway Chevrolet, Colorado's #1 Chevy dealer.
When you go to buy a car, what do you really want? You probably want a lot of cars to choose from. And you want the dealership's best price. Not some starting price or target price, the best price. And you want it immediately, not after hours of negotiating. And you want a salesperson who doesn't get paid more if you spend more. Because, well, you don't want to spend more. Well, you're in luck. John Elway wants all of those things too. Better yet, John Elway wants you to have all of those things too. Come see us or click on elwaydealers.com.